The Social Security Protect, Reform, and Increase debate in Congress is alive and well. Congress members are still debating what needs to be done about Social Security and how you could receive your check on a regular basis without no delays, without no slashing the amount that you get paid per month. So what's going on now on Social Security in Congress is this.
Someone can make over 12,000 times your salary, and yet their Social Security tax rate is a fraction of what your rate is. Think about that. Billionaires are putting just half a cent of every $100,000 they make into Social Security.
I'll play the full video clip of what Senator Murray is saying and how Social Security needs to be protected and how there needs to be more of that protection so that Social Security doesn't run dry and your checks do not get delayed. If we take a look at this right here, Senator Murray outlines Democratic efforts to protect Social Security. So what's being said here is Social Security and Medicare are a promise that we make to our families that when you work hard, the benefits you earn will be there for you when you retire, and that if you have a disability, you are not left on your own. I'm going to play the full video clip of what she says and how this could affect your Social Security check. So you're going to want to watch this entire video, and I'll give you some more important updates as well. If you want more Social Security updates, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and this video is sponsored by my company, WiseCents. If you have poor credit or know anyone else who has poor credit, wants to fix their credit to get better rates, to save thousands of dollars over a lifetime, whether buying a house or car, you're going to want to hit the link down in the description below, and I'll give you more information of how you could get your credit fixed. So click that. Let's get into the main content here. So Senator Murray outlines Democratic efforts to protect Social Security, contrasts with GOP effort to slash benefits, saying it's really important that discussions about Social Security focus on solutions that actually protect our seniors and ensure that they receive hard-earned benefits they work decades to receive. Cuts should be off the table. So when it comes to an actual Social Security check and whether it's cut or not, Senator Murray has a lot to say about that. You're not going to want to miss this. If you receive any type of Social Security check, you're going to want to watch this entire video of what's being said in Congress. Take a look at this.
Senator Murray is recognized, followed by Senator Johnson and Senator Merkley.
Well, thank you very much, Chair Whitehouse, for holding this really important hearing. And I think it's important to remember that Social Security and Medicare are a promise that we make to our families that when you work hard, the benefits you earned will be there for you when you retire, and then if you have a disability, you're not left on your own. Social Security and Medicare are really a lifeline to people. All across our country, people want us to save these programs because they know these programs save people. But in the long term, they are in danger, as we have heard, if we don't take action to shore them up. Last year, actually, Democrats took one of the biggest steps to strengthen Medicare in decades by giving it the ability to negotiate lower Medicare prescription drug prices, which is great news on Medicare for people who need those drugs, and it's great news for that program as a whole because it will save it billions of dollars each year. That should be common sense. And I was disappointed when we passed the IRA that so many Republicans stood with Big Pharma and voted against that bill because it was important on many accounts. Now, as we have heard today, there are two fundamental ways to save Social Security and Medicare for the future. First, we could raise revenue and save Social Security by simply asking the rich to finally pay their fair share, and there's nothing new or radical about that. For decades, our federal tax code has said if you have a higher income, you will chip in more. The radical thing is that right now, Social Security actually works in the opposite way. If you make around $160,000 a year, you are paying the same amount into Social Security each year as a billionaire. Someone can make over 12,000 times your salary, and yet their Social Security tax rate is a fraction of what your rate is. Think about that. Billionaires are putting just half a cent of every $100,000 they make into Social Security. It should be totally uncontroversial to suggest that we find ways to increase Social Security's revenue in order to extend its solvency and to make the system a little more fair. Now, anyone who says that is off the table has only one completely unacceptable option left, and that is to cut benefits. And over the years, some Republicans have called explicitly for cuts. We saw a plan to phase out Social Security last year. We saw House Republicans put forward a roadmap just last month to raise the retirement age. Nonetheless, we do hear Republicans act like they don't know why anyone would accuse them of wanting to cut Social Security. Make no mistake, if you are unwilling to even consider new revenue or making the ultra-wealthy pay their fair share, then you are essentially saying that the only option left for Social Security are benefit cuts. We are talking about a lifeline countless Americans have earned and they're counting on today and for decades to come. So I'm really interested in what the panel's had today on how we can protect and strengthen Social Security and the families rely on it. I appreciate all of you being here today. And as I said, we know millions of Americans are really struggling today to save for retirement or to make ends meet in retirement. In fact, you should know that half of seniors rely on Social Security for most of their income, and a quarter of seniors rely on Social Security for at least 90% of their income. So my question today is for Ms. Romig. Talk about what Social Security benefits mean for our country's seniors and how those cuts disproportionately impact women and communities of color.
Yeah, well, first of all, I'd just say, most retirees' incomes overall are modest, and so they really rely on those Social Security benefits to meet their basic needs, housing and food, health care and bills. And so cutting those benefits would really compromise the lifestyles of our nation's seniors and people with disabilities. And that's especially true for women and people of color. Women tend to earn less over their lifetimes, have smaller retirement savings accounts, and in addition, they tend to live longer. And there are features of Social Security that make it especially important for women. The progressive benefit formula that means they get a more generous share of their earnings replaced. The spouse and survivor benefits that go almost exclusively to female beneficiaries. And the inflation protection that ensures that the value of Social Security keeps up with the cost of living over even a very long retirement. And the same is true for people of color. People of color have faced economic inequality throughout all of this nation's history, and they're less likely to be offered retirement plans at work, less likely to have jobs with a margin for savings, and so Social Security is especially important for those groups. And in fact, without Social Security, over half of Black retirees would be in poverty, and 45% of Latino retirees would be in poverty.
What are your thoughts on what Senator Murray had to say about Social Security? Does more need to be done in Congress? Are you sick of the talking and want to see more action? Let me know down in the comments below, as this is supposed to be the year 2023 Social Security reform. Up until this point, seems like a lot of talking. I'm just the messenger giving you the latest news on it, but if we're in the same boat, I want to see more action on Social Security and less talking. We want to see more things being done and not just debates and talking about it. But that's what's going on in Congress at the moment, and that is all the news that I have for you today. To hopefully brighten your day a bit, here's my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
One, go! Fly! The monster bleeds in the closet, and that race is bleeding. I win. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate all of your support. If you want more Social Security updates, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. And if you want to see what else is being said in Congress, more specifically about the Social Security Expansion Act, the extra $2,400 per year or $200 more per month, you're going to want to click this video right up here as I talk more about that. So click that video and I'll see you in that video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.